Have a look. Okay. Okay. So have a look at this, guys. I am on page 55 on the book, and we are going to go through the different alternatives to express condition. A minute ago, we said that unless is the opposite of if. Actually, we have to change the polarity to use unless, because it means the opposite. Unless it's very quiet outside, I can't sleep. How would you translate unless in Spanish?
A menos que.
A menos que o si no.
Si no.
Yes. A menos que esté tranquilo afuera, no puedo dormir. Si no está tranquilo afuera, no puedo dormir. So it is expressing a condition, but in the negative polarity. Then we have got when for repeated or predictable situations. Why do we say predictable situations? Well, because the degree of possibility, it's almost non-existent, because if you say if I tell you if you pass the exam, it's not the same as if I say when you pass the exam. If I say when you pass the exam, I am assuming that you are going to pass, right? It's especially irritating when the dogs start barking. This is from the audio, from the conversations. Remember the woman who moved to a new house, and la 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 la. So when the dogs start barking, so the dogs will start barking. It's a fact. Then we have got in case. In case, we use it to talk about something that might happen. So now the degree of possibility is a little less probable, let's say. Make sure your phone's on in case I need to text you. So I might need to text you or not, but with in case I am presenting the possibility. Different with when, that I'm saying that this will happen. So then we have got other options that are provided that, as long as, or on condition that, to mean only if. So here the condition is a little bit stronger. I'm not saying if, I'm saying only if. Okay, if and only if. So I am making some emphasis on that condition. She'll only move on condition that she sells her house first. Have a look at this. We can say provided that, or actually guys, that can be omitted. We can just say provided without that. Or I don't remember if it appears in the book like that, but you can also say providing that or just providing. This is another possibility. Okay? So far so good? Talk to me.
Yes.
Yes? Okay,
Yes.
great. I didn't want to open the cameras. Okay, now let's move to I wish and if only. This is something you have already worked with in senior intermediate. So we are going to divide this into present and future. In the first three situations, we are referring to a hypothetical present or future. Why do I say hypothetical? Well, because when you wish something, you are being hypothetical. I mean, I am wishing something that hasn't happened yet or will happen in the future. So that is why we say hypothetical. And we have been working now with conditionals. This is pretty much connected with the conditionals. Why? Because for hypothetical situations, when we use conditionals, imaginary situations, we use conditional to, right? And in conditional to, we use the simple past. So there we have the connection. For present or future wishes, we use the simple past. Have a look at this. For a wish about a present situation. If only our house were bigger. I am referring to my current house. However, since this is a hypothetical wish about the present slash future, I use a simple past. Exactly as in conditional too. If only our house were bigger. Okay, maybe someday you win the lottery. Who knows? Then, for a wish about a present or future ability. In this case, we are talking about ability, but however, we still use the simple past. I wish I could speak Chinese. I clearly can't, but I wish I could. So maybe next year I take up a course, or I don't know, I hit my head and suddenly I speak Chinese. Who knows? Then, another use of this hypothetical present slash future is to complain about a present situation. If only they wouldn't play such loud music. And in this case, guys, we use would or wouldn't because we are complaining. And something that you have to bear in mind is that in this case, you are usually complaining about somebody else. You're not complaining about yourself. You are complaining. Typical examples about your brother, your neighbor, a classmate, a teacher, but not about yourself. Okay? And to show that complaint, you use would or wouldn't. Then we can refer to past regrets, something that has already happened and you're not happy about it now. In this case, since this has already happened and we wish it hadn't, we say this is a hypothetical past because sorry, it has happened. So thinking otherwise is hypothetical, like in the third conditional. Since this is a hypothetical past, we use past perfect. I wish we'd stayed in our old house. Okay, but we didn't. We are now in a new house in a new city. So you wish it, but so sorry, so sad, you haven't. And in this case, we use past perfect. So when we refer to the present or future, we use simple past. But when your wish is about the past, we use past perfect. Okay? Okay. Also, I am going to, voy a agregar algo acá that is not in the book. Also, to refer to a regret in the past, we can use regret plus ing as well. I regret buying that old house. It's horrible. I regret not studying for the test. Yes, I know I'm kind of obsessed with studying and tests. Okay. Now, I have another question for you. Do you remember from last year the difference between I wish and if only? Is there any difference in meaning? Nobody remembers? Or you don't want to talk to be recorded? Listen to me. I wish I could speak Chinese. If only I could speak
Teacher.
Chinese. Yes.
I know. I think I know.
Okay.
When you say I wish, it's like, oh, I wish something. I wish I could speak Italian, for example. But if you say if only, you're like, oh, if only, like, te estás quejando.
Okay, it's
No es
not
como
that
que
you're
decís, por
complaining.
favor.
Okay, yes, I know where you are going, Vicky. It's not that you're complaining, but you think it's not going to happen. If you use if only, you sound more resigned. You don't think this is going to happen. Okay? You know, you think that the possibilities are not very high.
In both, you are wanting something.
Absolutely, yes. In both, you are expressing a wish. Yes, that for sure. Yes. But with if only, you sound a little bit more resigned. Like, I don't know, I wish I could go on holiday in summer. Okay, I wish. But if only I won the lottery, I know I'm not going to win the lottery. So probably I would use if only to talk about the lottery. Okay. Is it clear? Let's have a look at the activity, guys. I'm going to stop recording.